This is Virginia Conley. We were talking a few minutes ago about when she started coming to me, and it's hard to, again, it's hard to believe. She came, my first office was up in Mooresville, up at Lake Norman. She lived in Matthews, drove how long to get there, to my office every day?
Hour 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, hour and 15 minutes or so. Each way 3 times a week to start with, and this was back in, had to have been 95, is when she first started with us. And if you could have seen her in the waiting room, were you there then, Glenda, or Diane? Glenda was there? Yeah. Whew, scared me a little bit. You know, when you walk out in the waiting room and somebody's sitting there crying, you're kind of like, okay, Glenda, what'd you do to her, man? You know? So I'm going to let Virginia tell her story, and I think you'll like it.
Thank you. First of all, I have notes, unlike the doctors, so I won't ramble on. Welcome to the grand event, and hopefully this will be the beginning of a new life for someone in here tonight. I'm going to take you back in time to November the 10th of 93. Closer. I was driving to go to the gym, and this young man ran a red light and hit me head on. And I received a lot of injuries, and I tried to recover for about 2 years. Then I went back to work, and I had this constant pain. It was so, I can't describe to you how it was. The doctor said I had fibromyalgia, but all we can do for you is give you drugs. I refused them. And if anyone here tonight has been treated by this special way that they treat you, you'll know that this is the way instead of the other way that the regular doctors do. But they took x-rays. They said, there's nothing wrong with you. I took the same x-rays to Dr. Drury the day that he took x-rays, and the problem was there way before, and of course it was there that day. And he actually, you know, got rid of the pain the first time when I had a treatment. And sometimes I think that's unheard of. I think he's explained that to me because a lot of people do take a lot of the drugs and listen to the other doctors. They're trying to get help, but there's no help. This is the way. I did not sleep for 4 years and 3 months. I slept approximately 10 minutes a night. And the medical doctor actually sent me to CMC to have a heart scan, stress test to make sure that my heart was not damaged. Of course, it was not, luckily. But a client of mine found me where I was working. I had an appointment with her, and I work in retail. I was literally in the fitting room, lying down, and I could not get up. She could hear me saying her name, and she found me. She went back to her office, got a business card of his, brought it to me. I called, and I don't have to say any more. That was the end of my pain.
Is that it? Well, that was short, Virginia. Fibromyalgia, that's what it was, right? That they diagnosed you with? Fibromyalgia. Get a lot of that. That's become pretty popular. Not by choice for some of you, I'm sure. Again, the drugs, our so-called healthcare system depends on drugs or surgery. That's pretty much their weapons, okay? No drug has ever cured anything in the history of the world. Never will. When you get a headache, I mean, you really think that you're suffering maybe a Tylenol deficiency? No. Obviously no, right? Well, nobody ever has a Zoloft deficiency. A Paxil deficiency. Nobody has a purple pill deficiency. You understand? God didn't make you this perfect being out of 2 cells that he brought together, and in 280 days turns you into this perfect being and said, this is absolutely perfect. And, you know, witness it here just recently. This is an absolutely perfect being except they need a little Neurontin or baby aspirin or Tylenol or whatever. No, God didn't make you like that. You're designed perfectly. Okay? If we can just tap into that and make sure that that healing potential that you're all born with is working at 100%, for one, there's no reason for you to get sick. And if you are sick, then it's going to open up every reason for you to get well. So we're going to hear some more about that here as we go along. But had to kind of put that spill in there just kind of so you have an idea that, you know, what a lot of you have known. And it's not, you know, we're not saying, oh, what you did is wrong, but you didn't know it. I didn't know it. I grew up the same way, the same household, that every time you had a symptom, you took some pill, potion, or lotion. Right? But I was sick all the time. It never fixed anything. It just covered it up, and it kept coming back. Okay? So this is a totally different approach. We get rid of the pill, potions, and lotions. Okay. Anybody else?